News brief. Virtual reality rhythm game Beat Saber has sold over 1 million copies in less than a year. The VR title, which has players beat-infused blocks using a colorful laser sword, launched back in May 2018 and surpassed 100,000 sales during its first month on shelves. Speaking to Uploader, developer Beat Games revealed the game actually crossed the 1 million mark back in February, so it's likely shifted a few more units in the weeks since. Some news outlets are suggesting Beat Saber might even be the first VR offering to hit 1 million sales. But as Uploader quite rightly points out, a lack of concrete sales figures from other developers means it's impossible to know for sure. At least 2 companies are quietly in the process of bidding for ownership of the physical game retailer GameStop, and that sale could be announced as early as mid-February, according to SWACEFAMILIA with the company. This is from a Wall Street Journal story, spotted by GameSpot that says, at least 2 companies, including Sycamore Partners under Palo Global Management, are looking at potentially purchasing the retailer, though all 3 companies declined to comment on the rumors. This comes during an ongoing rough patch for GameStop. The company has reported falling profits and revenue across many of its recent quarterly reports and, as of last summer, said it was in exploratory discussions with external companies regarding a potential transaction that, according to us, also involved Sycamore Partners. Sony Santa Monica's Cory Barlog, speaking to VentureBet about the development of God of War, rebooting a franchise is a risky endeavor and comes with many unknowns. But having helped with the Tomb Raider reboot while taking creative leave from Sony Santa Monica, God of War lead Cory Barlog got some experience under his belt. In a recent interview with VentureBeat, Barlog discusses his thought process behind pitching the reboot the way he did, as well as the many experiences which all helped him learn to focus his storytelling. After finishing his work on the original God of War trilogy, Barlog describes feeling burned out and wanting to pursue something new. I wanted, creatively, to get a different experience. I am not certain how well I know this or not, but I felt like I did not know a lot that I needed to learn, and I was not going to learn it if I was making the same game over and over again. He explains. Thus, Bard did a few stints at various places before landing at Crystal Dynamics and helping with Phantom Reader reboot on its cinematics. It was monumental to shifting his thought processes. That gave me the perspective I needed. I do not think I would have been able to make this game had I not had that walkabout. That was really good for me, because it gave me a good understanding of, when they were rebooting, what was their process. I ended up using that. This is not to say they were wrong. It's just that the way they approached it, I looked at it and thought, I did approach this very differently. He continues. So when it came time to head back to Sony Santa Monica, had some ideas. I think I said, God of War needs a fresh start. But the player needs a fresh start as well. But we do not want to just erase the past. That was an important thing. As a writer, you understand how hard it is to build up backstory for characters, so you can have impactful moments. You have to build toward something and then pay it off. We built for 10 years. Let's not throw that out. Let's keep that. But let's take chapter 2. Let's use that and have that resonate even stronger. Be sure to check out the entire interview over at VentureBeat, which goes into more detail about the development cycle of God of War. Game design is the most important part of every game, whether it's a simple runner or a title of a Dragon Age scale. Every specialist in every industry needs professional tools to do his job right. There are special ideas for developers, professional software, i.e., Adobe, Autodesk, for artists. But there are no specific tools for game design. So, video game designers always had to use different workarounds to do their job. The main challenge is that assets, called game design, of any given project, are never kept in one document, because these are quite different. For example, dialogues must have a diagram-like layout to keep them organized. A game library database requires more structured storage. Characters data additionally require image storage. Level maps should also have some visuals, etc. So what can we do? How do we track possible variations on the flows of nonlinear dialogues throughout the entire game? Well, some specialists use thousands of stickers. Others build VCO-like flowcharts. Big companies build their custom-developed set of tools to handle specific project needs, something that indie studios usually cannot afford and actually do not need, in order to achieve consistency in design and create visually appealing games. The information that is generated by game designers should be. Tools that are shown in this category do not require a lot of coding knowledge. Most of them are made to provide the simplest developing experience to anyone. Still, there are pitfalls to consider. These tools are not so easy as they look at first sight. While they are suitable for small and common games, it's quite difficult to create a unique project without any comprehension. Let's see what our software options are. When we started looking for suitable game design tools, mind maps were our first choice, and we quickly ditched the idea, because only after 3 hours into a project, mind map started to look like this. Right now, our current project, named Rise of Colonies, has a game database of 60 MB in size, and it mostly consists of text data. That's really a lot of text. I am even afraid to think what a mind map of that size would look like. And additionally, should his software, desktop software choices are quite limited. So we found FreeMind to be the one with the most feasible export features. But the issue with that software is that for really big mind maps it soon starts glitching. So it is not suitable for professional use, as you are battling with the software, not with the project. It could be used to track smaller mind maps, i.e., menu layout. Though, we see that game studios use different wiki systems, i.e., Atlassian Confluence, Mediumski, etc., quite frequently. Generally, it's a good choice to keep all the information structured and well-maintained. However, it cannot be reused in-game by copy-paste means. Additionally, it is not suitable for character dialogues at all. When we just started considering different dialogue handlers out there, we looked through available Unity plugins on the asset store and found no suitable assets that could meet our project's needs. Software like Twinery, also did not work for us, because it is designed for a specific usage. Twinery is more for creating standalone interactive stories. It is not customizable with extra properties on the entire game. Structure cannot be maintained in it, while yet is more like a graph builder application. Much like Microsoft VCU, it is also not really suited for all game design tasks. Finally, we have discovered Artisan Draft, the visual environment solution that we previously overlooked, mainly due to its aggressive advertising as the golden hammer, a silver bullet. At least that was the initial impression we gained from its promo website. However, after taking a quick look at the software, we realized that this tool can be successfully used in our processes. though not exactly as advertised. Our next article will be dedicated solely to this tool and how we use it in our Rise of Colonies project level editing. I guess we are pretty much done for today. However, there's one more specific tool that I would like to mention: macros. After Excel are its free counterparts like LibreOffice and others. This tool has a lot of hidden power in it. Specifically, in our studio, we use this software for initial level design. For many of our great projects, a typical level looks like this, and it is very well exported, using CSV files as an intermediate format. The software solutions we described above can be easily used for many of your projects. But feel free to use other tools that make your creative process more slick and convenient. Your creativity depends on it. So start applying your creativity, selecting the right tools for the job. There's also a bunch of custom tools like IE level editors that you might need for your project, and we will cover those in one of our following articles. Wish Studios, a Brighton-based developer that created games for Sony's PlayLink platform, has shut down. The knowledge is power, and that your developer was founded back in 2012 by Casper Field,